Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. When it's Tuesday, I'm on Tumblr. So if you asked your questions using the hashtag KatieFAQ, I found them and I'm answering some today. But as you can tell, I'm a little sick and I'm actually home from work today and I've been really tired and I debated whether I could even actually get up the gumption to film. So I'm only going to do 2 questions today and I'm sorry, but I have to take care of myself, right? I can't not practice what I preach. That would be terrible. So that's why I kind of look like and I feel like, and so this is it. But don't worry, I shall prevail. I'm already on antibiotics. I get this stuff under control. So, first question is, hey Katie, do you think things like self-harm and eating disorders are preventable? I've been self-harming for 4 years and I feel like if I had never begun cutting, everything would be a lot easier, even though I'd probably still have anxiety and depression. I love your videos so much. They've really helped me in my recovery. I'm glad. I'm so glad you found my channel. And that's why it's important to share it, people. Okay, so do I think that eating disorders and self-harm are preventable? Definitely. Because like we talked about before, they're coping skills. And oftentimes they're done, and not everybody, and everybody's different, but oftentimes they're done as a result of a trauma or something that's happened. And if that stuff didn't happen, then maybe we wouldn't have them. Am I correct? And also, if someone had been active in our life, helping us seek therapy, teaching us new coping skills and ways to manage things, then maybe things would have turned out differently. We never know, right? But I think that that's something that is more, if you're a parent, things you can do to help your child get the best outcome. We never know what's going to happen. And some people have mental illnesses because of genetic components, which we're learning more and more about every day. Some people have them because they never learned a coping skill. They may never have had a trauma or anything like that, but it's something that they started doing and it helped them cope with stress or anxiety or whatever. So teaching our children healthy coping skills and giving them sports and arts and some kind of outlet, maybe having time where you sit down and talk with your child about their week and what's going on. I know in teen years it can be really hard, but you know, the more we work, the better things can get. So it can definitely be preventable to some extent. Obviously, there's genetic components and things involved we can't help that. And so what I would do is just the sooner we get help, the better. And we can definitely prevent it from going on longer and invading the rest of our life, right? And everyone can recover. I got a lot of questions today actually about like self-harm, what's worse, and is it cutting or burning, or what is that the only form? And there are lots of forms, and neither, just like eating disorders, when I talk about it, neither is worse or better than any others, and don't let that negative voice tell you any different, okay? I hope I asked that question, or answered that question properly. Sorry, my brain is slow. Okay, question number 2. Hey Katie, what are your thoughts about staying in school with depression? I have been having a hard time recently at my university, and I often wonder if I should just deal with all this while at my university with the help of the counseling center, or if I should go back home, take some classes at community college, and focus on dealing with this while I'm at home. Thanks, Katie. I thought this was a great question because many of us are back in school, and I've heard from lots of you it can be really stressful, and I have a couple of videos on that, dealing with stress and anxiety at school and all the school topics that come about. But here's what we have to decide. If our depression or our anxiety or whatever it is we're struggling, any of our mental health issues that we're having are impeding our ability to participate in school. If we are really struggling to keep up our grades, we can't concentrate, we have to read things over and over and over and over. If it makes it really hard for us to even participate with our friends, if there are events going on we really want to be involved in, or clubs we want to join, or parties we want to go to, because it's all part of the experience, right? If we're not doing that because our depression or anxiety or whatever's holding us back, and we just feel like we're, slowly losing control of the situation, then I would encourage you to withdraw, because you can withdraw temporarily, at least in the States. You can withdraw temporarily. Your therapist can write a letter, and then you can take a semester or a quarter, whatever you need, a year off. You can go to community college. You can try to transfer those units back in and start up right on track. And it's kind of up to you what you want to do. Some of my clients have taken a year off and they just go back in, not having taken any classes because they had to go to inpatient. So it's up to you on what level of treatment you need. But I want you to be very cognizant of what the depression or the anxiety or the mental health issues are taking from you. And are those things that we can fight back while still at university and still in school? Or is it taking our grades from us and taking our university experience from us? Because if it's taking all of that from you, then I think maybe taking a break would be wise. And if any of you have experience with this, because it really helps for us to share, if you can share below, that'd be really great, because everyone thinks differently. Everyone has different experiences. If you've done this before, let us know the process. If you're in the UK, because she says university, so I'm pretty sure she's in the UK, because we don't say that as much in the States. We just say college. So what would it look like there? Yeah, the more we share and the more we know, that's awesome. So I think you have to assess where you're at. Talk to your counselor at college, assess your grades, your situation, and make a decision based on that. Okay, now the journal topic is really cool. And I know some of you, I think Fallon has sent me a video on this, and I don't think anybody else, I think it was just her that did it. It's a while ago. So I thought this was a really cool journal topic, not something I've talked about before. And it says, hey, Katie, I don't know if you've suggested this to people before, but I got told about it today and I'm going to give it a go. Get a shoebox, cover it in wrapping paper or something pretty, make it pretty. Gradually start putting stuff in it that makes you happy. Whether it's an iPod with happy music, your favorite book, a picture of your best friend, your family, etc. Really think about the things that make you happy, and when you're down or the urges are strong, and you put it in the box. And then if your urges are really strong, overwhelming you, then you go to your box and you pull something out and it helps you. And I think that's amazing. It's like your own toolbox, literally. You're creating your own toolbox. So if you create a really pretty toolbox, I'd love it if you tweet me the picture or tag me in it on Instagram, because I'd love to check out all of your wonderful creative, toolboxes. And I'm sorry today's is short, but I love you all. Hopefully I'll be feeling much better tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday, so I'll be on the website, katimorton.com. And also ask your questions below this video today using the hashtag KatieFAQ, and I'll find them and I'll answer them. So I'll see you then. Love y'all. Bye.